Today we'll be installing Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in a Nissan 370Z. We will be using a Nifty City module. This will provide all the necessary software like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's also a video interface built in, so it'll allow you to switch from the factory nav screen system from Nissan over to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Let's get started. I'll be showing you how to remove all the necessary plastic trims and how to install the module and where to hide it. Let's get started by removing this surrounding plastic trim. You can also use a dash removal tool. There will be a connector for the hazard lights. For manual transmission Zs, it'll be a little different. It'll all be one piece. You just have to lift it up from there, just like that. Instead, for the automatic, it's the top piece, then the next piece. You can go ahead and disconnect the connector for the hazard light and remove the trim. Put it aside for now. You will then need to remove this other trim here. You can do that by lifting it up and around, and just slowly move it up, right and left, and it should come out just like that. Put that aside. We will then be removing the knee pads, one screw there and one screw there, and then once you've done that, you can just grab the bottom of the knee pad and pull it out towards the right hand side and go ahead and remove it just like that. And same thing for the left one, just like that. You will then need to remove one screw here and one screw there. This will allow you to remove the whole outer trim, including the vents. You just need to pull out towards you, just like that. Same thing here, and then you can go ahead and work your way around it, and then you can lift it up just like that. Do not pull this out quickly, as there are connectors behind the trim. There is one going to the factory keypad buttons and the dial up here, and then there's the connector for the push start. Remove those two before continuing. And go ahead and remove 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 down that corner there. Once you've gone ahead and removed all 4 screws, you can remove this and remove the connector at the bottom there. Once you've gone ahead and set aside all the plastic trims for now, you can go ahead and remove 4 screws for the head unit and screen. There we go. You can go ahead and pull out the head unit slowly and lean it down towards you like this. The connectors provided by Nifty City will only fit in 2 spots behind the head unit, so you don't have to worry about it connecting with anything else behind the head unit. I've turned the head unit upside down as much as possible, and here's a closer look of behind the head unit. There will only be 2 connectors that you need to tap into, and they are over here. With this Nifty City harness, you can see that this connects to the module, and then the other 2 should connect to the back of the head unit, daisy chaining with the factory plugs, which are right there. You can go ahead and connect them just like that and plug them in tight until you hear a click. And now let's do the power connector, just like that. And then you can go ahead and connect the factory plugs just like that. Cool. And then same thing for the other one. There we go. Once you've gone ahead and tapped 2 connectors at the back of the head unit, just put that aside for now. You then need to tap into the screen, so go ahead and pull that one out. You must pull out the screw side first, and then from the top, drag it out towards you, just like that. Once you've pulled out the screen, you should see 2 connectors. There should be a grey and brown and a 20-pin connector. Go ahead and disconnect the brown and grey connector. It's called the LDVS cable. I'll go ahead and press the clip there, and I've disconnected it. Go ahead and grab the Nifty City LDVS. Male LDVS from Nifty City into the factory screen, and then the factory must go to the female side of Nifty City. Cool. So once you've gone ahead and daisy chained the brown LDVS cable, you can go ahead and see the other end is a white connector, which must go to the module. Best would be to grab this LDVS cable and feed it behind, drag it from the bottom section there, and then pull the screen back to its original state. I've got ahead and tucked all the necessary cables behind the head unit, and then just sort of shoved the head unit back. You should have these 2 resting here, ready to connect to module to hide it here. So, at the other end of the harness, you should have a sound out. This must connect to your armrest or vehicle inputs. You will be provided auxiliary to RCA adapter, which must connect to your armrest. As you're ready to put the car back together, I went ahead and connected the main harness, and the LDVS cable. Now the next part you must connect is the USB inputs. This part connects to the module, and then you'll have a wireless CarPlay dongle that must connect to those USB inputs. This is your wireless Apple CarPlay dongle. This is usually the best location. Be careful not to push too much, you will rip wires. You then need to connect the USB inputs. Some people prefer to have them in the glove box, so you can wire it through from behind the vents, behind the head unit, to the glove box, or you can have them route down to your knee area, or you can have them route down as well along with your sound out to your armrest and have them sitting there if you need to use them for charging. I've personally hidden the USB cables, so I've connected it and then I've just hidden it down here. The reason I've connected it is so I can connect the wireless CarPlay dongle. I think it's worthwhile mentioning that what I've done here is I've lazy slapped the radio keypad buttons on and the dash trim just so I can connect the power, all the buttons and stuff. I do recommend trying the system before going ahead to pack the car back together. Following your manual, you should be able to switch over the system holding the back button on the dash. So if you hold it and you switch over, you've successfully done it and it works. The best thing to do also is to try the audio as well. So once you've tried the audio and you're happy with everything and all the buttons work, you can go ahead and put the car back together. I'm going to go ahead and test it all now, and I'll show you what I'm testing. So we'll go ahead and open up AutoKit or AutoPlay. Once you've opened that up, it should tell you to connect the phone or connect the device. If you haven't connected the device, you should go ahead and connect the dongle to the USB inputs, and then it'll tell you to connect the phone. And then the Bluetooth connection is up here. It should be AutoKit or AutoPlay, and it should tell you a series of numbers after. Okay, and once you're ready to hook up your phone, go ahead and go to Bluetooth settings on your phone. Look for the device name, so it should be AutoKit or AutoPlay. It should be very quick and seamless. There we go, device found. On your phone, look, and it says use CarPlay. And once you've done that, easy as that, and then you can go ahead and put your phone aside. My music started playing straight away. Test the touch screen, make sure you're happy with it, move around with the knob to see if it all works there. Okay, it's all good. Try the steering controls. Try to switch the controls, which is great. Reverse. Cool. It all works. So once you've tested everything, you're happy with it, you then can go ahead and put everything back together. When you're ready to go, put aside the trims again, go ahead and put the 4 silver screws around the head unit and screen. Go ahead and do that. And you can go ahead and put this trim back on. Remember to connect the bottom connector to the bottom, and the top, leave it coming out from under the screen, just like that. And go ahead and put all 4 screws. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and put on the main trim again. Remember, there are forks that you need to put into the plastic trim. Connect the climate control connector and the quick start button. Once you've connected both, work your way around again, just like that, and then you can go ahead and put the 2 screws for the outer trim just there. Slap the pads back on, and then the transmission trims, going from the up and then folding down, making sure the hooks are connecting just like that. And finally the last trim, connect the hazard light connector just like that and slap it back on. Easy as that, and you've got yourself an OEM fresh look. Start the car and make sure it works again. Screen's up again. Let's go ahead and hold back and see if it switches. Great, it's perfect. It's still booting, that's why it's showing the boot logo, and it's working, which is great. Hold back, switches back to factory, hold back again, back in the CarPlay system. Let's go, open up CarPlay, and it boots up very quickly and easily. Amazing. You can go ahead and do minor software changes. Disconnect your phone to see the settings for CarPlay. Otherwise, if you go back to the Nifty City system, you'll be able to see other settings and apps inside the module. Okay, easy as that. You have all sorts, YouTube, Netflix, all sorts of stuff going on this module. There we go. And then if you go back and go to autoplay, you'll be able to see Apple CarPlay or Android Auto on this section here. And then you're good to go. That's how to install Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There we go. You can find them at Nifty City. Just Google search Facebook, Instagram. Here we go. And the website right there. Easy as that. Thanks, guys.